Hey everybody, welcome. Dave Williamson, the Toy Car Collector here with an episode today about the original 16 Hot Wheels. Now you see before you just 12 of those because 2 of them in this color green are very hard to find and expensive. Oh my goodness. And 2 of them, the customer who ordered these also already has. He has the custom Barracuda in green, which is not easy to get, let me tell you. And he also already has a Beatnik Bandit in green, which is a really gorgeous color. I don't know if you've seen green Beatnik Bandits, but if you want to see a green Beatnik Bandit, check out my website, RedlineCollector.com. RedlineCollector.com is where I keep a collection of photographs of cars that I've had in the past, and things I have found on the internet or taken pictures of at conventions. That's RedlineCollector.com. Now let's take a look at this collection of green cars. He's trying to fill out his whole collection of green, so it looks like I've got 12 of the cars that he wanted, and let's see, which one is the first one? Where's that doggone list? I've got the doggone list over here. Let's see. Green. The first one, Custom Camaro. Now, I did pull out a Custom Camaro for him in green. I don't know if he's going to want this one. Let's take a look. Here is the green Camaro that I have that is available for sale. Now, this one, the body is darker than the rest of the model, which is very common in Hot Wheels because the metal is polished originally, and that polishing is similar to brass. You know, you've ever polished brass, you know it goes dark over time, and very quickly, actually, because it's not coated. If you were to polish brass and then cover it with clear coat, then it would last much longer. So that's essentially what happened to Hot Wheels, and you can see here the hood has kept its original color. The good news is that a green Camaro like this is under $300. But if you were to move up to a green such as this one, it would be more in the $600 to $800 range. These Camaros are expensive. This particular one is a hybrid, which is even more than that. I don't even want to estimate how expensive this would be, but this is a green hybrid. It has a Hong Kong window, blue tinted glass. This one I got in an employee collection, so that is something that is mine, all mine. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, here we go. Let's see, what comes after that? The Corvette, custom Corvette. Look at this beauty. This is a lovely, lovely green Corvette. Look at those wheels. Look at that base. Not bad. The base is good. And it's got the white interior. This one has a really odd little squiggle right here. I have no idea how it got a little white squiggle on there. Apparently a teeny tiny gnome got in there and tried to put some pinstriped on there and got all crazy and fell off. I don't know. How does something like that happen? I just don't know. Custom Cougar. All right. I dug this one out of my collection. Custom Cougar. Beautiful green. Look at that. Hard to get one. This one has the hood is slightly darker. Not too bad, really. And look at that condition, though. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that is nice. Look at those perfect taillights on there. That is such a gorgeous color. Wow. Eldorado. This one is kind of an icy green. Typically, if you can see that, it's kind of a glowing light green, not light green the color, but a lighter shade of green. And look how bright that is under there. Got a little bit of rub on there, but look at that. It's a nice car. It is hard to, you know, it's hard to get these original 16s. I buy childhood collections on a regular basis, and typically they have maybe 4 or 5 cars from the original 16, and typically they're not in great shape because they were made in 1968, so they were the first ones to get played with, and most kids back in the day collected Hot Wheels from 68 to 71, and then they dropped off in about 1972, and so that means the first year's cars got played with for 4 or 5 years, and the last cars that they bought were probably in better shape, maybe some 70, 71s. Anyway, so the 68s typically are all beat up. Okay, look at this beautiful green. I pulled this one from my collection. It's a beautiful green custom Firebird. Look at that. You just don't find them that nice. I was just checking eBay to see what they had on there, and you know, it's really hard to know exactly what you're getting because there's so much detail involved in these Hot Wheels. Now, check this out, for instance. Look at that grille. That is a perfect grille on shiny chrome base. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that back tail lights. You know, it just takes a little ding on there, a little dull on here to knock that price down about half of what you would pay for something this nice. Look at that. Lovely. I love that. Firebird. Let's see. Fleet Side. Fleet Side in green. A very good color for the Fleet Side. Problem with the Fleet Side is that most of them are purple and most of them are orange, and they're just not that attractive. Fleet Side is surprisingly less popular than a lot of models. The other problem with the Fleet Side is it has available, not really available. It came, let's say, it came in some colors that are almost impossible to get. It came in brown. Forget about it. You're not going to find a brown. And there's also a lighter color, copper. Oh my gosh, forget about that one. I had one once, sold it for like $3,000. It's crazy, isn't it? Ice blue. It actually comes in ice blue. And I don't think I've ever seen a mint one in ice blue. And oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what that would cost. It would be a lot. There's always kind of rare colors on these silly cars. Now, talk about difficult to collect. Custom T-Bird. This one's Hong Kong made. You can always tell Hong Kong because it's got the black steering wheel separate from the body. On the U.S. cars, the steering wheel is part of the interior. Did I say separate from the body? I meant separate from the interior. That's right. This one is Hong Kong. Green with a black top is a tough color to get. It looks pretty good on this side. Doesn't it look pretty good? It's a little rough on this side, but you know, it's got a good price because it is a tough car. It's about a $600 car in mint condition. Maybe a little more. Green with a black top. Now that terrible, you could have a terrible time if you decided you wanted to collect all the colors of the custom T-Bird because it has a lot of rare colors. Oh my gosh. Reason being is they mostly made this car in aqua and in Hong Kong. That is about it. That's mostly what they made almost every car you find. I know I've got like 6 or 7 aqua with Hong Kongs right now in my for sale stock that I haven't listed yet. And getting other colors is just so hard. It's crazy. Volkswagen. Check it out. The Volkswagen, one of the most popular cars of all time because everybody loves Volkswagens. I wanted a Volkswagen when I was in high school. But it was during the gas crisis of 1974, and man, Volkswagens were demanding a high premium, so instead I got a big old gas guzzler for cheap. Can you imagine when I was in high school, in 1974, I bought a 1969 Pontiac Catalina, and it was a big old car, only, what, 4 or 5 years old, but it was considered an old car back in the day. Back in those days, 4 or 5 years was an old car, had like 40, 50,000 miles. It's considered a lot because U.S. cars didn't really run past 100,000 miles back in the day. Anyway, back to Hot Wheels. Check this out. This is a Ford J car. Look at that shiny motor back there. That's a good-looking car. It's got the original stripage on the side there. It's missing the one on this side, but I'm going to put another one on there because I have some originals. I will tell you what, the original sticker sheets for the Ford J car is one of the hardest sticker sheets to acquire because most of them are damaged even in the package. They have this yellow goo that leaks out of the gum of the sticker and messes them all up. And they're just hard to get, really hard to get, I tell you what. All right, here's the Hot Heap, the 1968 Hot Heap, U.S. made on this one. Very, very cool. The U.S. cars have a metal engine, and the Hong Kong made ones have a plastic engine. Wonder why that is. Why did they make that decision? I have no idea, but look at that nice green. All right. And now, the Python. The Python. Look at that deep, dark green. Green comes in all kinds of shades, as you well can see. Some dark, some not so dark. Look at that. Oh, look at the shine up underneath there. Got the nice black on there. Got the nice, look at that. That's a full painted top. That's a little harder to get than, normally they cut the paint off right about there. But on some of the U.S. cars, they have the full painted top. And that's just a little bit scarcer than a not fully painted top. Got the plastic engine in there that can fall out. If you're not careful, you could knock that out. All right, and the Silhouette. Look at that pretty shine. Nice wheels. Oh my goodness, you know, right now I've seen wheels. See this front wheel right here? Those go for about $25 in that condition on eBay for a good front wheel. And that's why you don't see a lot of Silhouettes with good front wheels, because what happens to a Silhouette with good wheels is somebody buys that car with the good wheels and they pull out their Camaro that has bad wheels. If it did, this one has good wheels. They might have come, as far as I know, they might have come from a Silhouette. You never know. And you just pull that off. You just put your finger right here. Just pull. Oops, I didn't mean to do that right now, but that's basically how that works. You just pull that off, and then you just put that wheel right back on there. I can use my finger usually to get that back on there. Otherwise, I just put a wheel wrench in there. Speaking of wheel wrenches, here's an original wheel wrench right here. That's a little side note here, original wheel wrenches. These wheel wrenches came in the tune-up tower, And what's interesting about the original tune-up wrenches, now this one I polished. They usually are kind of dull when you find them, and you can polish them out. Be careful when you do that. And then there's also reproduction ones. Do I have a reproduction one in here? No, that's original. That is an original, a little more or less dull, less shiny. Oh, look at that. Here is another original. And here, this is interesting. This one came from an employee collection. Look at that. It's got some additional writing on it right there. Look at that. It is, see the difference? All right. This one has writing. This one does not. Isn't that cool? And this one has TM, and this one has R. I believe it's a prototype of the wrench. I'm not sure. Do you have any information? I'd sure appreciate it. I've got several of these, I think 3 of these, and they don't have all the same dot pattern. See those dots on there? They don't have all the same. I'll have to dig those out at some point and make a video just about the tune-up wrench and the tune-up tower, which I also have. It's pretty cool. There it is, tune-up wrenches. I love these things. I just love them. Usually I polish it up a little bit, put it on display, and it shines there next to my Hot Wheels. Anyway, back to the green collection. Is that all? Yeah, that's it. Green collection. Oh, and the way you use a tune-up wrench is you just take that tune-up wrench and you stick it right in there. And then, like, you can push the wheel back on like that, or you can jiggle, jiggle, jiggle to straighten out that wheel. The reason it just grabs a hold of that wire right there and jiggle, 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 and next thing you know, your wheel is straight. All right, that's all for this collection of green, original 1968 Hot Wheels. Oh my goodness, so beautiful and so sold. So forget about getting these. These are gone. But there's always more. Come on over to ToyCarCollector.com and check out the Redlines that I have for sale. I also do Matchbox. Johnny Lightnings, as a matter of fact, Johnny Lightnings, I have got a ton of them, and I got to get around to selling some of them someday, but those things, whoa, talk about cool. Johnny Lightnings are the major, major cool. All right, now, thanks a lot for watching. Over 600 videos for your watching pleasure, plus video shorts to enjoy on a daily basis, and I appreciate you stopping by and watching my videos. Thumbs up, please. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the notification bell so that you know when the videos come, because they're sporadic. It all depends on what I'm doing, what's up, how much time I have, and all that kind of stuff. All right, everybody, thanks. See you on the next video. Bye-bye now.